Hey, what's going on, guys? So, excuse me for looking so tired, but it's 11:30 at night. Tomorrow we're headed to Laguna Seca for a track day, and we just finished up the car right now. Or I just finished up the car right now. A couple things I did to it. Couple things done. Running new brake pads in the rear. Running gyro disc rotors in the front. They're slotted rather than drilled. Nice two-piece that should alleviate heat, and they're lighter as well, so less rotational mass. They look pretty cool, especially with the wheels. They're all dirty though. This whole car is dirty. New brake pads in the rear. Did an oil flush, of course. Brake fluid flush. That was an epic fucking fail. So basically I forgot that I had the pressurizer hooked up to the damn reservoir, right? And so I used Motul 660, that's my shit. The boiling point on that is like 610 degrees, right? So usually it never boiled the braking fluid on track, never really. And so that's why I always use it. So had the pressurizer hooked up to the reservoir over there, and decided to change the brake pads, and totally forgot about the pressurizer. And when I went to change it, I squeezed one side, and the other side kept coming. And I was watching it, and I was like, "What the fuck? Why is it doing that?" And then, sure enough, it just popped right out of the caliper, and all my brake fluid spilled on the ground. So it took a while to get it back in, probably about a good 15 minutes. So I did lose a lot of brake fluid, basically pretty much, I would assume, more than half of it. So I had to go to the AutoZone and pick up the best shit they had, which was Pentacin .4. Boiling point is 513 or some shit like that. The wet boiling point is 338. I don't know what the difference is, so don't ask. That's just what the bottle says. And I know that Motul's got a higher boiling point, which is better for track. So I'm gonna be at a handicap tomorrow. I can already tell you right now that the brake pedal still feels a little squishy, which fucking sucks, because I spent about 2 hours trying to get brake fluid into it with the pressurizer again. And yeah, so we'll make do what we can. Laguna Seca is notorious for being harsh on the brakes because of all the, basically, you drive straight, you brake hard, you turn. Drive straight, brake hard, you turn. Drive straight, brake hard, you turn. It's not really too much of a momentum track. It's more about keeping the speed, what little speed you have through the turns, and getting on throttle as fast as possible, getting to the next corner. So yeah, that's pretty much what I dealt with all night. That's why this took forever. Otherwise, this would have been, I would have been done around like 7 or 8 o'clock at night, which sucks. So good news though, we're running 325s in the rear, and that's about another 20 mil of tread pattern, and it doesn't even come close to rubbing. Not at all. It's probably got another 30 mils before it would ever rub on the shock or even on the fender liner, which is pretty dope, because those 325s look very aggressive. It almost has the same fitment as my street tires, which the street tires poke out a little bit. Looks good. In the front, running 285, the normal stuff. I always never have any issues with those. Just have to remove my spacer that I use for the street setup, and we won't rub. Hey, what's going on, guys? So it's day 2, and we're headed to the track now. This is just a travel day, not actually getting on track today, but so far the journey's been okay. Had some issues flashing my trans to a CS tune on boot mode. I gotta figure out what the hell's going on. When I went back to flash it to GTS tune, it was really sluggish to shift in the M mode with the button turned all the way up for shifting. So I'm pretty sure it's just a bad flash on the GTS tune, but I'm hoping when we reach the hotel I can flash it to GTS, make sure it shifts well, and then use GTS tomorrow, because GTS is actually a lot better than what I'm running now with the stock. After I flash back to stock, you really notice a big difference. So we'll see. But we got another probably 4 hours of driving to go. Traveling with a couple buddies of mine. Got 3 M2s, 2 M2 comps, and then 1 OG M2. My buddies Robin, Eric, and Alan. And then we got another buddy Josh who's in an M5, and he just booked it. So I'm trying to catch up to him. We're gonna have some lunch over at Morro Bay. And yeah, it should be a good time.
You guys want to go to dorms?
I'm stacking loot, what the fuck? Look at my house and bars. Outslanging fingers, the project make the roar. I play just the terror, a stars and a horror. Fingers, the project make the roar. I play just the terror, a stars and a horror. The back of the matter, she blow out the fizzy like the fact of the matter, she blow out the fizzy might keep me some butter, so I'm getting busy. Up for the fact of the matter, she blow out the fizzy might keep me some butter, so I'm getting busy. Up for the fact of the matter, she blow out the fizzy might keep me some butter, so I'm getting busy. Up for the fact of the matter, she blow out the fizzy might keep me some butter, so I'm getting busy.